a bubbling and commercial hub like Lagos, management of waste and pollution is a huge challenge. The administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has embraced the concept of circular economy for effective waste-to-wealth policy, in line with its Themes Plus agenda, with health and environment as one of its focus. Welcome to Inside Lagos. I'm Adedoja. Salam Adeniyi.
Ẹni tí ò dé kò yìn ẹkù kan. Àwa ni center of excellence. Ẹni ò dé kò yìn ẹkù kan. Àwa ni center of excellence. Mo ní pé bó o bá dé kò yìn ẹkù kan. Àwa ni center of excellence. Àwọn òyìnbó débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tá a jẹ́ ṣe. Àwa ni center of excellence. Haúsá débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tá a jẹ́ ṣe. Àwa ni center of excellence. Àwọn Ìgbò débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tá a jẹ́ ṣe. Àwa ni center of excellence. Gbogbo Yorùbá débẹ̀ wọ́n rí tí wọ́n mú lọ. Àwa ni center of excellence. Ẹni òde kò yìn ẹkù kan. Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́ lórí àwa. Àwa ni center of excellence. Ọ̀pọ̀ ò bá dé kò yìn ẹkù kan. If you reach Lagos, better life for Lagos, better hope for Lagos, oh, better day for Lagos, yeah. Reach Lagos, better life for Lagos, better hope for Lagos, better day for Lagos, yeah. Better Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, you want the better Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, you want the better Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, you want the better Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, yeah. Go Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, lovely, go Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, lovely, go Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, lovely. Go life. Sanwo-Olu lele, ìtẹ̀síwájú lele, jọmọ àṣírí lele, Sanwo-Olu lele, yeah. Mo kíra fún Sanwo-Olu àti dẹ́pútì wa. Ìwọ̀n tẹ́ bẹ́tà Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, Sanwo-Olu, 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 go Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, lovely, go Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, lovely, go Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, lovely, go Sanwo-Olu, go Sanwo-Olu, lovely.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has assured residents of Lagos that his administration will fully implement discussions and suggestions on circular economy for effective waste-to-wealth policy in the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who highlighted the benefits to Nigeria at its first circular economy hotspot in Africa, hosted by the Lagos state government, said the state has embraced the concept to boost the economy. We were there. The Lagos Circular Economy Hotspot 2023 Summit is the first to be held in the state. The circular economy is based on the principles of designing waste and pollution, keeping products and materials in use, and regenerating natural materials. With a theme towards a circular and resourceful economy, the future Lagos, the summit was organized by the Lagos state government in partnership with the African Circular Economy Network and the Circular Economy Innovation Partnership, supported by Netherlands. It is based on regeneration of materials or products, especially as means of production, in a sustainable and environmental-friendly way, thereby reducing greenhouse emission. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu stated that the teeming population of Lagos will be profitably and effectively engaged on the initiative, which he said will transcend the state, Nigeria, and sub-Saharan Africa.
Circular economy to me is not a new topic. Neither do I see it as a distraction from the current model of effective public service delivery. It's a pragmatic approach and a fundamental tool to address global crises such as pollution, climate change, and a loss of biodiversity. This event, therefore, speaks directly to our administration's core principles at encouraging our citizens, the engagement and the partnership in a bid to build a sustainable, a resilient, social economic development for Lagos State and by extension for our country, Nigeria. And so the circular economy is a model of production and consumption which involves sharing, leasing, reusing, repairing, refurbishing, and recycling existing materials and products as many times as for as long as possible. An ordinary trader on the street needs to understand and appreciate that every item that he owns, that he have, can be recycled, can be reused, can be refurbished. Something can happen to it. And it's only when we know that that circular begins to move and we can begin to build an ecosystem that truly, truly works and will outlive all of us. And so in a city like Lagos, we believe that this initiative will create certainly more jobs, an additional innovation to production, and the needed for extra manpower required to keep materials in the loop for a very, very long time. Therefore, distinguished guests, the teeming population that we have in Lagos will be profitable and sustainably engaged. We'll be expanding the philosophy for an even greater mega city that we've all seen that is rising. The Lagos Circular Economy Hotspot 2023 is of utmost importance, not only for us Lagosians, but for the nation at large, but for the entire sub-Saharan Africa as well. Let me make it clear that our administration is committed to ensuring that resources are reused again and again in order to minimize waste.
For the governor, the conversation is coming at a better time than now, when the country is in the midst of conditions demanding the need to optimize resources for a sustainable economy. Governor Sanwo-Olu said the state will embark on massive awareness campaign to sensitize citizens for robust implementation of the policy.
Our second term tenure will be dedicated to upgrade of our development agenda from what we all know as the team's agenda to what we now call the team's plus agenda. And so the plus representing intense focus on social inclusion, gender equality, youth development and engagement. And we believe that somewhere there, circular economy initiative is also in pin and said in small tunes. And so all of them are in no small measure to assist us achieving our collective desire. The economy and the commercial activities that are bound in the state, along with its major link to international businesses and the outside world, has made Lagos the real beacon of hope and a land of prosperity that continues to attract a constant influx of people, which translates to a constant growth in our population.
The summit also focused on developing green industries and creating jobs in the circular economy sector.
We may minimize environmental effects, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and protect natural resources for future generations by implementing circular solutions. Throughout this program, we will look at several facets of the circular economy, such as sustainable design, environmentally friendly manufacturing, waste management, product life extension, and the importance of consumer behavior.
International and local waste recyclers exhibit their finished products as Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu inspects different stands. Olatundu Taiwo is one of the grassroots waste recyclers at the summit. We are curious to know how waste are easily turned to finished products and reused. For this purpose, we embarked on a trip to Ikorodu area of Lagos. From the Ikorodu highway, we veered into Owode-Ibeshi Road to locate the recycling factory. Before long, we located the center. Thank you. Well, it's been an hour drive to Owode Ibeshe here in Ikorodu, where Matilda Waste Recycling Hub is located, and I am curious to see Mrs. Taiwo. Thank you. Thank you.
Never mind, this is waste to wealth.
Okay.
All these grass.
Deliberate?
Yes, it's deliberate.
Okay.
They are waste to wealth for our youth, to let our youth know that there is money in Lagos State.
Olatundun Taiwo, who received us, immediately took us into the world of turning waste to wealth.
All this, they are all money. They are not waste. We can convert all this into wealth for our youth in Lagos State. If you look at all this, aside from that, we can as well turn it into gel that we can use for cooking. Now, if you look at this thing, it's not waste. We can reprocess it, we recycle them, reprocess it into goat feeds. So that taking your cow, moving from one place to another, we have to stop that. Prepare their food, put them at a particular place, feed them, and they will grow fine.
So all of these things, all of these weeds,
All of these, they are, yes, it was for people to know that we can convert all these things into wealth. We should stop.
What's the final product of this?
Yes, we have the final product of this one is the animal feed, while the final product of this is the decoration aspect of the flowers. We now spray with different colors that will come out beautifully well. You understand?
Wow, nice.
You can see. So why should we have to throw them away? Now the Chinese will come to Nigeria, particularly they go to bushes, they harvest all this, they take it out of Nigeria. Yeah. And they now process it the way I'm processing it now. They will now bring it back to us to come and buy and sell to us.
She also took us through the process of sourcing for waste and turning them to various finished products.
Other things, yes, we have other things. We have the plastic waste. This is a plastic that we are going to reprocess that has been gathered from the environment. We are going to turn them into useful products like the interlocking paving stone, the garbage bags, and other things. Here in Matilda Waste Recycling Hub, our vision is to produce products produced from waste material.
So I want to know from the point of collection, who are the people that bring this, what do they get in return?
Yes, when they come, when they bring their products,
and how, I mean, the amount of what they can bring.
We buy per kilo. We encourage them, depending on the quality of products that they bring in. One thing we do here in Matilda, before you supply us waste, we have to train you. We have to tell you what and what you're supposed to bring into the hub. In the process of recycling, because most of the things we gather from the environment are being recycled. Okay. Now, these are some of the waste plastics that we are going to reprocess that are being gathered between the environment in Lagos State. Now, these are one of the machines that are locally fabricated here in Lagos. We do fabrication here in Lagos, and we have our hub engineers, we have the mechanical, we have the electrical that we fabricate equipment. And the reason is that, so that when there are problems, it will be easier for the small scale to manage that locally fabricated machine rather than the imported ones. And if you look at the local one, they are very, very strong because we did it purposely to help the micro, small business recyclers in Lagos State and probably in Nigeria as a whole. So we will now operate it and see how it works. The thoughts?
Okay, that's the final product.
That's the final.
This is the final product.
Yes.
Okay.
To turn it into flakes.
Okay.
Now, when you turn it into flakes, we now take it to the extruder machine. Now, when it goes to the extruder machine, it comes into this.
Okay.
Now, we now use our master batch to give us color. We have it in red.
Okay.
We have it in black. We have it in blue. Different colors, depending on customer's specification. We now mix it. This is the interlocking stone.
Let's see how heavy.
This is the interlocking
very heavy,
stone.
very, very heavy, mixed with plastic.
Yes, plastic granite dust. If you look at, these are the products, some of these products we mix together. So every plastic or polyethylene, they are not wasted. We need to recycle.
I even
them
know that
and
it
turn
takes
them
100 years for it to decay.
So to take it to bring
Yes.
it out. Because you know plastic is very strong. And the moment vehicle starts getting on top, it will stay longer. It won't break because of the plastic inside of it.
For Mrs. Taiwo, the collaboration between government and recyclers holds great prospects for the country.
The way I think it can work is for the government to create industrial clusters where recyclers can begin to manage the environment of the recycling plants. And at the same time, the government should begin to look at smaller equipments. We don't need gigantic equipments. If you look at the Chinese guys, they don't have gigantic equipments, but unfortunately, they want to introduce bigger equipment, which we, the smaller recyclers, the SMA, cannot manage. If you look at this, ordinary person can manage the locally fabricated equipment. So we want government to please look into that. And you know, this recycling thing can bring about 5,000 youths. It can create employment for about 5,000 people through the value chain of the waste recycling in Lagos State, more than 5,000 youths. Because the bottom line is that we need to train them. So let us want to really work with the Lagos State government, with the Ministry of Commerce, so that we can train more people on how they can convert all this waste into wealth.
But she stressed the need to scale up the sector for expanded benefits.
We want to thank the Lagos State government because he said they should give our hub a workspace at Imota, industrial clusters at Imota. We thank the governor for that because there is need for us to expand. There is need for us to begin to train our youth and women on how to convert. That is where we are going. How we can convert the waste into finished products that can go for export market, that can go for local market. Then another major thing we want the government to do for us is to give us a solar generator. We need a solar generator that can power this hub so that the cost of production of our members, when they produce, the cost of production will be reduced. You can see, this is plastic shoe, that's the rubber shoe, all produced from plastics. So what we need is to get additional equipment to enable us to scale up and begin to train our youth and women. The medical waste bags are for the hospitals, where they can put medical waste, so that you will know this is coming from the hospital waste. What's the difference? It's the color.
Some youths are getting involved in the business of recycling. Olarewaju Olayiwola is a trainee who said he is proud to be involved in recycling.
It's a good profession, it's a noble profession. Recycling is not just for illiterate or people that are out there that don't know what they want to do. Recycling all over the world is handled by professionals, noble people. So I see good prospect in it and I see a future in it.
With the Lagos State government poised to maximizing opportunities in the waste to wealth, circular economy will receive the needed boost to flourish. Effective waste to wealth program will not only boost the economy of Lagos, but enhance environmental sustainability and make the city cleaner. And that's our offering today on this week's episode of Inside Lagos. Many thanks for being a part of it. I'm Adedoja. Salam Adeni.